Hello guys, welcome back to RS Codex. I hope you all are doing great. In today's video, we are going to discuss about the data types in C. It's going to be very interesting, so stay tuned until the end. Let's start our today's video. What is actually a data type? Actually, data types tells the compiler. It tells the compiler what type of value we are going to assign for a particular variable and what type of value it has to be stored in that particular variable. I'm again repeating. The data type tells the compiler what type of value it's going to be going to be assigned to that particular variable and what type of value it is going to be stored in that particular variable address. Okay, here you can see there are three types of data types in C++. One thing is that wait a minute, it's not that much suitable. Let us try this. Okay, here you can see the data types in C. Fundamental, these are the fundamental data types. You can see these are derived data types we are going to discuss in the further videos. Next, here user defined data types are also there. Let me explain. First one, what is meant by these fundamental data types? First fundamental data type is integer. We will use int keyword for this integer data type. We all know we have used in the program int. The keyword int is used to represent the integer, whereas char is there no character like alphabets A, B, C, like that characters we will use. You might ask me what we will do when there is a name, there is a sentence. We should not use the char. There we actually use char with arrays, but we have to actually use strings. The name string we have to use over there. We will discuss in the further videos, but as of now the fundamental thing is integer int, whereas coming to character char we will use. Next, boolean is not that much important. Floating point means it is a decimal value. Float we will use the keyword float, float. Float point means the decimal points. Double float points means when we use this float point, it will give us a value until 6 decimal points, I think so. Double float point means it will increase the number of digits after the point. Okay. Next, coming to void is there. No, void means the meaning is empty or nil or null. Nothing is there. Then we will just use this void. Where we actually use this void means we all know while using a function there will be a return type. When there is nothing to return in that particular function, in that case, in the place of return, we will use void. For suppose int main we have used in the previous programs. There we will actually use this void when we don't have. Okay, I will show you. Online, wait a minute, online C++ compiler. Okay, in this online C++ compiler, here you can see int main has been used. No, instead of using int main, we can use void main as well. As the return type is 0, there is no necessity to run this, return any sort of values. In that case, we will use this void. Let me run that. Wait a minute. Okay, actually it was not supporting to use the void over here. Leave it, but actually we can use void over there. Okay, don't worry. Okay, next integer we have seen, character, float point, that is float. Next, coming to void, double float we have discussed. Next, coming to this derived, what is function, arrays, pointers, reference, I don't want to discuss over it here. It will be something very difficult in this stage. As we go further, it's going to be very interesting and easy. Okay, as of now, remember them as a derived data types as of now. Okay, next, coming to the user defined data types. Here you can see class only. Here the structure, union, enum, type def, these all are there. No, these are the user defined data types in C. Whereas coming to C++, we will find only class. These all will not be repeated in C++. Don't be worried about that. I have here it is been given the combination of both C and C++ data types. I think so. But in C++, mostly we will use class. We don't use structures, union, enum, type def. Okay. These are the different types of data types in C. Now we are going to discuss what is the range of a data type. In which range actually it will store a value, how much bytes it will require, and what are the access specifiers. Okay, actually don't need this access specifiers in C++. It is mainly used in only C. Okay, as of now we need to discuss about this range and bytes only. First, coming to, where is this integer? Yeah, unsigned char is there. No, actually what is meant by signed char and unsigned char? Two types will be there. I think he have given, no, he haven't given. But the difference between signed char and unsigned char is unsigned char can store both positive and negative values. Whereas coming to signed char, it will store only positive. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, I have set reverse. Signed char means it will store both the positive and negative values. Whereas unsigned char can store only the positive one. Okay. Here you can see the range will be same, but the values that it is going to be stored has been differed. Here the positive number 0 to 255, whereas here minus 128 to plus 127. You might ask that char means letters, no, alphabets, no, how you are saying as the numbers. Remember one thing, the alphabets. I have initially said in previous video about that alphabets are there. No, every alphabet has a specific ASCII code. Based on that ASCII code only, it is been taken by the compiler. These are the numbers which are having a range of that ASCII codes only. Okay. Here you can see the bytes that are being used is 1 byte for char. Both unsigned and signed char, it will be 1 only. Next, coming to sort integer, the range is minus 32,768 to plus 32,767. Okay, here he have given bytes 4, but there will be two types. Either it have 2 bytes of storage, otherwise it can be 4. Okay, here you can see unsigned char, which only stores the positive. Signed, unsigned int. These are short. The same range he have given. Coming to long, means both short and normal int, there will be no much difference. Okay. Coming to long signed int, here you can see this much value will be there, this much range it has. Okay. For them it is bytes 4 they have given, it will be 8 as well for the long integers in some compilers. Here he have given 2 bytes. In the old compilers it used to be 2, but in the new compilers it is 4 bytes for short and normal signed and unsigned ints. Whereas coming to the long signed ints, in the previous compilers, old compilers, there used to be 4. Now it is 8 bytes. For float also he have given 4, but it is now 8 bytes. Here you can see the range of that float values. Double means which is more than this float, extension of float, you can think so. Okay, this is about the range and bytes of this data types. There is no much thing that you have to remember, but you should get a clarity how many bytes are being used for each type. Try to take a screenshot or note the values. Okay, and this also, this is all about the types of data types in C and what are the ranges and bytes of each data type. And what is there any additional thing that we have to discuss? Okay, let me explain this as well. Yeah, let me create a new file. Input output file. Input output.cpp. Okay, I have created. Okay, let me take that code from, let me write why to take the code. Now I am going to write a program to display number. Let it be to display a number. Okay, display number by taking input from user. Okay, let it be like this. Let's start our program. Hash include IO stream. It is the library. What is meant by each word I have explained in detail using namespace std int main. Okay, enter. Now we will initially declare the variable that we are going to use. Initially in any program, what are the variables we are going to use in the further program of that block? In that particular function, we have to initially declare that at the very most top line. Okay, we are going to use a variable name a, and I also have declared, I have set the compiler. We have discussed about these data types, no, that we actually use here. Int is means I am set the compiler that the a value is going to be an integer. It has to store an integer value in that address. Okay, I have initially set the compiler about that. Now int a, I have declared the variable of a, variable a as an integer. After declaring that cout, we all know for what purpose we actually use this cout. Insertion, we will ask the user to enter a value, okay, and then we have to keep the semicolon, don't forget to keep that. Now we have asked the user, after he have given some particular value, it has to be stored in that particular address, no. For that we will use scene extraction, that variable name. Here the syntax is data type variable name. It is the syntax over there, semicolon. Whereas over here you can see that particular variable in which the value has to be assigned, we will write like this: scene extraction a. Okay, in that particular address, the address of that particular variable, it will store. Simply when you write I want a value of a, the value that is been given by the user will be given as an output. Let us write like that: cout a is equals to is there. Now how to get that particular value, a value? We will simply write that variable name over here, keep the semicolons. Now let us save the program and run the program. Yes, enter a value. I have entered 2. Here you can see a is equals to 2. There is no much complicated in this. Simply we all know hash include iostream using namespace std int main. In this particular block, we also know, we already have discussed about the purpose of cout. We have initially displayed hello world like that. The additional steps is we have to declare the variable that we are going to use in that particular program, and we have to say the compiler which type of variable we are going to use. Here I have set the compiler that I am going to use an integer. That's why I have kept int. Because of doing this, it will allocate some bytes. We have discussed no over there. For integer there will be 2 bytes in the old compiler, but in a new compiler there will be 4 bytes. It will be allocated previously. Okay, for that purpose we actually do that, and also we have asked the user to enter a value. Scene extraction a we have did, so that the value that is been given by the user is been stored in the a variable. After that I want that value to display the user, I mean display to the user. Here I have written, if simply I will write as something like this: directly the value will only be stored. Here you can see 2, enter. The directly value is being stored. For a efficient code, we have to mention what that value actually. Okay. It has to be shown which type of value we're actually using over there. Here you can see a is equals to 2 we have got. Okay, that is the reference. Cout is used for displaying the matter on the screen. Cin is used to take the value and store inside the its particular variable in that address. Okay, this is about the input and output operations that we are going to use in this C++. It is a basic idea. In further programs, when you practice and do multiple programs, it is the basic step. It's not much complicated thing. Okay, but one thing remember, you have to keep in mind about this. No need of memorizing that ranges, but try to memorize the number of bytes that we are going to use. Mostly they will ask, and also what is the process, I mean what is the purpose of this each word. You have to remember that. And another important thing, try to take a notes and practice well. Okay guys, this is about the data types and input output operators. This is all for today's video. If you feel the video is informative, please like the video, share with your friends and subscribe for the channel so that you can get the upcoming informative videos immediately when I have posted. Thank you for watching. Thank you.